Uh, Happy summer solstice. Today is Wednesday, right? Man, my day is week is completely thrown off. Happy Wednesday. Happy summer solstice. Happy Woman Crush Wednesday. I hope everybody is doing well. Make sure you say good morning where you at, where you from. Tap the screen for likes if you're on the TikTok. So this is going to be really quick. And I know I say this all the time, but it really is going to be quick today because I got to leave in about 20 minutes. So this is definitely going to be a very, very quick um, live, but I may come back on live again later. So for those who are new here, hi, I'm Ian Nifa Dani Omi Shango. I'm Ifa Priestess and Spiritual Awakening Doula for the African American diaspora. And again, happy summer solstice. It is cloudy where I'm at. So I've decided to bring the sun with me since it's nice and cloudy and overcast. But the sun's still out there. She's just hiding behind the clouds. And I hadn't done a collective message or reading. Thank y'all for the likes on TikTok. Thank you for the likes. It looks like that's Facebook. Thank you for the likes on Facebook. I hadn't done a collective message in a minute. And so this morning I was like, yo, I'm gonna see what Odu is being illuminated by this summer solstice energy and see what the message is that I can share and teach from um, this morning. And I wanted to do a longer one, but some other stuff came up and I had to take care of me first. So I had to see what spirit was trying to tell me for me before I got what I needed to tell y'all. So this one particular part of this message I'm going to highlight is actually what came up for me, but it was so significant in how it felt for me. Like there was an emotional reaction to it. I felt like it was really important for me to share it collectively. So the Odu that I got from myself was Ogunda Owanrin. And so the predominant message that I received was around Isheshe. So for those who don't practice Orisha tradition or anything like that, Isheshe is like the translation was like the progenitors, those that came before us. And in the Isheshe tradition of Orisha practice, which would be the mother, the original, the one that birthed all of the derived practices like Santeria, Lagumi, Candomblé, Shango Baptist, and some many other Orisha practices. It's all about the ones that come before us and that they are the central, they are the root, they are the foundation before Orisha. So it is a practice that really strongly illustrates one, this oneness with ourself and the source, the oneness with us and our creator. And our Ori is that reminder of that connection and that oneness with ourself. And this is important when I tell you the Odu I got for y'all. But there's this reminder to um, go to there's a process. You need to go to your Ori. Like there's, if you want money, you ask of your head. If you want a good spouse, you inquire of your head. You're looking for a house, you go to your head first. Why? Because our Ori is what our destiny comes through. It is the part of us that sat with the source when knowing like you're getting ready to come to earth. And so you and the creator sat down and said, okay, here's this book. And I'm going to write all of these things that are going to be a part of my destiny. They're going to be things part of my destiny that may not be comfortable. They're going to be things part of my destiny that are going to be filled with Ide, good fortune, and bliss. And all of these things are in this beautiful book, and your Ori holds the book, and it sees all the pages in your book. And so your Ori is who is giving you those intuitive downloads, because your spiritual team can't come to you unless your Ori sanctions it. So the very first prayer that I ever got before I eat, I'm not thinking about crowning. I'm not thinking about becoming a priest. but I am curious and I'm learning. And I was fortunate to run across a content creator who shared some Ori prayers in English. And so the one I did for months before I met my ELO day says, my Ori is a good Ori. My Ori welcomes assistance from my ancestors. My Ori welcomes assistance from Orisha. My Ori embraces the wisdom of Ifa. That means my Ori, my head, my consciousness is what allows me to be open to receive. My Ori is what helps and encourages me to be in alignment and open to receive that which is for my highest and greatest good. It's Isheshe is our parents. Like, and that was such a profound, like, had to like really see it in act or understand it in action. 15 years ago, I was not in the best place financially, like in my car, that bad. And I wouldn't go to my parents. And I was in town. Like I have not left anywhere. I would not go to my parents because I felt like a burden. I would not go to my parents and tell them how badly I was in trouble and needed their help. In fact, me ending up moving back home happened accidentally. It was just one of those things that kind of fell into, you know what, you might as well just stay kind of situation. But I didn't ask, I didn't go to them. And so now, 15 years later, and things are tight and things are going on, and my intuition is like, you have to talk to your parents. And this is how beautiful things all come together and work. I'm in a Saturn opposition where it is going to make me face the situation I had 15 years ago and see what I learned. So I had to go to my parents. And it's wild. The day I went to my parents, I felt really called in my prayers to do an Iba to the Ori of my mother and my father. So I was like, Iba she Ori, Ori Iba she Ori Baba. And and then I had the conversation and told them what was going on. And it was like, boom, like immediately mother had a plan. Immediately mother had a plan and enacted it. And I'm just like, and they were like, you are not a burden. You are a child. And the way I cried like a whole baby, the way that I cried like a whole entire baby, because I'm the oldest. And you know, if you're an oldest child, please tap the screen with the likes if you understand that being the oldest child, sometimes we don't want, we especially we have, you know, siblings, and we're like, we don't want to be the one our parents have to do things for. And I've just always been like that. And my parents have honestly never put that on me. My parents have never said, you are supposed to be this, you are supposed to be that. It's just something that I carried with me. It was just something that I've always felt like. And so going to your parents, going to, if you have, you know, other elders that are alive, whether it's your spiritual elder or biological elder, other people that you can go to. In Isheshi, these are who you go to first. This is who you go to first. From a spiritual perspective, you go to your Ori and your ancestors first. You go to Mother Earth first before you go to Orisha. So when I got that Odu this morning, it came following this overwhelming urge to cry and release. And I'm like, yo, what's you want to talk? What's up? Like, what's up? Even my god siblings that I crowned with are part of my Isheshe. Even my god siblings I crowned with are part of my Isheshe. And what's so funny is when they look at me, they don't even realize from a spiritual perspective, they are my elders because I was in the group of us, the last one to crown. I was the last one to receive both of my hands, and I was the last one to receive my orishas during that session. They are technically, even on the same day, you think about twins, there's still one twin that's actually older. They didn't come out exactly at the same moment. They are my elders. They are my Isheshe. And it was just a beautiful, and I was like, I have to share this. I said, I don't know why, I don't know who needs it, but I had to share it in that fashion. And it's not that Orisha is not part of my life. They absolutely are. But it's like, go to everybody, like, like when you're at work, like before you go to HR, you go to your manager. Like, it's like that. So the Odu, this is how it ties into the Odu that I got for everyone, for y'all. It was Irosun Osa. And I thought that was so cool, considering that was the Odu that was cast in June at Ile Ife. It came up, and I did a client yesterday that came up for her when I was doing her divination. So I was like, okay, The ancestors, because soon on its own is representation of our ancestral fulfillment. It is our ability to tap into the gifts and the blessings and the talents that are innately in us. Our ancestors are us. They are our blood and our bones, at least our biological ones anyway, are our blood and our bones. There are gifts and talents that we have innately. Those things you know how to do, and you don't understand why you know how to do them. You just get started, and your hands or your feet or whatever starts going into autopilot like you've done it before, because you have. It's because you have. You are simply in a state of remembering and illuminating that which, thank you so much for the roses, illuminating that which you feel like you may have forgotten. That which you feel like you've forgotten, you're illuminating that. And a lot of times we feel like our ancestral veneration work, oh, so thank you, Brian. Our ancestral veneration work, we have to uh, realize that it's not simply, let me dig up all this painful stuff and look at it. It is also remembering there are gifts and talents and things that we have been doing that our ancestors, our parents, our grandparents did not feel like they could do. So when we're doing the things that they felt like they couldn't do, they felt like they couldn't honor their ancestors. So we honor them. They felt like they couldn't honor their ancestors, so we honor our ancestors. They didn't feel like they could have stepped on stage and said those things and sang that song and did that dance, so you step on stage and do those things. It is time for us to shine, and in our shining on our sun, that summer solstice, when I shine our personal sun, we're not simply just illuminating ourselves. When we allow our personal sun to shine, everyone benefits from its warmth. When we allow our personal sun to shine, everyone will benefit from its warmth. And understand, those who are getting sunburned by your sunshine, they just might want to put on some sunblock. They might want to put some shades on, because you going to keep shining. And by shining, when you're going through the changes that OSA tends to bring to us, those radical changes, those things that we can't control, those things we're like, yo, where the freak did that come from? It is our gifts and our talents and leaning into the support of our ancestors that gives us the encouragement. Monday, Juneteenth on Monday here in Augusta, the storms were trying to come. The rain was like, we're coming. And I went to the altar and I was like, yo, oh, hi, Atlanta. Hey, beautiful. Hey, to my favorite plant lady. Yeah. Oh, I'm all. I don't think there's a difference, honestly. I'm full, like, yeah. So Monday, it's like the weather, and they put it out there like there wasn't a contingency. There was going to be a big event, and so I'm at the altar, like, yo, I know that it's going to rain. I know Mother Earth needs the rain, but I'm like looking at Sean going, oh yeah, like, yo, can you chill? Can you just like not storm us out, let it trickle, let it sprinkle dinkle. Just let's get a sprinkles so that we can continue to celebrate our ancestors. This is the one day, at least here in the diaspora, on a collective level, that Black people feel okay as a collective honoring their ancestors all at once. See, Black History Month is spread throughout, but this is one big potent energy, one day calling forward, especially those ancestors that had to endure the Atlantic slave trade. This is that day that we really, really call them. We honor them. We celebrate and rejoice in their honor, in their stead. And I said, we need to be able to do that today. We need to be able to do that today. And what was so beautiful is that for me personally, I procrastinated. Last year, I signed up to recite a poem. And this year, I really wanted to, but life was doing the life thing. And what's for you is for you. I never signed up. And by the time I thought about it, they had closed it off. Monday morning, day of, my homie hits me up and he's like, yo, I was going to pour libations for the ancestors, but they told me you need to do it. And it was a thing that I wanted to do. I saw it in a vision. I saw myself doing the libations and calling and invoking the ancestors. And when I got the chance to do it, it was so powerful that it hadn't been done. It was so powerful having a crowd of people mojuba and ashe as you speak. That was a bit like I wasn't quite ready for them to actually participate. I wasn't really ready for them to participate, and then they did. And then they did. And then it was like, yo, okay, I probably should have had somebody walk with me because, yeah, the using my legs afterwards was really, it was a little sketchy. But when I sat down, all I heard in my head was thank you. When I sat down, all I heard was thank you. See, understanding that it's not always about, oh my God, this person was a bad person. No, we're meant to elevate them. We're meant to help them elevate, help them shine and resound in the spiritual realm by us doing it here in the physical realm. Y'all have no idea how petrified I was up until the moment I opened my mouth. To the moment I opened my lips to speak. And even then, I didn't have a plan, I didn't have a script. I just opened my mouth and let it come out. That is what it'll soon looks like. That's what it feels like. It's like, I don't know, but I know. I don't know, but I know. And it is in doing that which we don't know. Oh, thank you. We don't know, but we know. And when we do that, when we're going through changes, when we tap into those gifts, when things are going on around us, it's 11:11 on my time. That when we're going through those changes, understanding that those gifts and those talents, those are the things that are going to help bring that abundance as we go through those changes. Some of us have planted seeds, maybe literal seeds, but we've planted seeds in our life that are now coming to harvest. We've planted seeds in our life that are now coming to harvest. If you have a business and you had this project and you have not seen the fruit of that labor, Irosun also says the fruit is going to be built. You're about to bear fruit. Keep going. Don't stop. You are about to bear fruit. You are about to see the fruit of your labor. This also calls for that. Yes, that harvest is going to be abundant. That harvest is going to be so abundant. And it talks about us doing the inner work. Inner work came up for y'all and for me. So inner work is really an understanding, having that support of your Isheshe that's in physical form as you do that inner work. And your Isheshe that's in your spiritual form will absolutely help you in doing the inner work. And knowing that if no one else, you can sit at your altar. Hi, Alton. Sit at your altar and emote as you do inner work. That's my, if no other place is safe, my altar, I can sit and I can cry and release and let go. At my altar, I can say things like, yo, I just really wish, and be honest, like be brutally honest. So doing the inner work and facing the aspects of yourself. You know how many I've learned, I realized that I was carrying wounds from when my house was broken into. I realized that I was still holding a wound that told me that I wasn't good enough to be acknowledged by my partner in public. And so I had this overwhelming fear that if he saw me and I saw him, he wouldn't say anything to me, because as a kid, I had boyfriends that didn't acknowledge me because I was too dark. It was too dark when I was a kid. I grew up in the 80s. I was too dark. I was too dark. And they weren't trying to see that. They weren't trying to see me or be seen with me. And I had a wound still that I had to overcome and let go of. At first, I had to acknowledge it. Like, I have to give Dr. Phil credit. He's right. You can't fix what you don't acknowledge. And Irosun also is like, you have to acknowledge it and understand no one's judging you for it. Your ancestors are not judging you for this thing that you feel like is an area of opportunity that you need to resolve. The Most High, who knows you better than anyone, anyone is not judging you, is not judging you. You are judging you. Other humans may still be in ego judging you. God's not judging you. So go ahead and look at the thing that you feel like is uncomfortable to look at. Look at it. Let your ancestors support you. Do you know how many times I have sat at my altar and I said, I cannot face this by myself. I need your help. I need you to help me do this. I need you to help lend me some strength. Sometimes that'll show up in the most beautiful form, even in the physical. Man, Monday I had to lug stuff blocks because I don't have I'm going to invest in a collapsible wagon, but I don't have one Monday. So I'm like lifting totes and tables and things, going back and forth blocks. And so at one point I'm like, Shango, I just need to borrow a little bit of strength. Can your daughter borrow a little bit of strength so I can get this done? And how obvious it was. The last couple of things I took were tables. And this dude, who apparently had been dancing for hours, for those who know, Shango was, or we should dance, dancing for hours. And next thing I know, I didn't see him walk up on me. I heard him first. Where's the man at? I turn around, this dude dressed in red, older black guy dressed in red. And he's like, give me this table. And all I could do was smile and quietly say to myself, thank you, Baba. Thank you. Because it was immediate. And that's the other thing. We have to let go of time and how we feel like the Most High is going to move for us. Some of us, we're still, as we grew up in an Abrahamic tradition, we still feel like we got a slave and we have to toil and we have to be hurt and we have to be traumatized before the Most High sees and will respond to us. And I don't align to that anymore. I am aligning to ease and swift response. And so when I spoke and said, can you help me and lend me some strength? 3 different Black men helped me at some point. But the last one being in red, that was real obvious. 3 different ones at some point assisted me in making sure that I didn't pass out walking 3-4 blocks, carrying totes and boxes and tables. Immediate. I didn't have to wait. The moment they saw, one dude was with his family. It's like, yo, I got you. I got you. And walked with me as far as I would let him, because the idea of him like leaving his family sitting there while he helped me carry things just did not sit right with my being. So I took what I could and let him be. And some days are hard. And this is when we say, I don't have to learn through trauma anymore. I don't have to learn through strife. I don't have to learn through this way anymore. Before I got laid off from my last job, I knew for at least a year something was coming. And what I said was like, Lord, I don't need a tower moment. I don't need a tower moment. Let me go ahead and acknowledge the discomfort that I feel right now. Let me go ahead and acknowledge it. I acknowledge the discomfort that I feel in this moment. How can we do this together? Because I can't quit my job. I can't. You know why, Lord? Because I ain't got no money in the bank. I can't quit my job because I got no money in the bank. And you still haven't moved things in such a way where money is gone. We're not living the Star Trek life where the money's gone and I don't have to worry about it. And I got the kids. If the kids weren't here, I probably would have just. But I got the kids, they got to eat. My son needs the French fries and chicken bread from Zaxby's. I need to be able to do that for him. And so my old dudes kept coming saying, don't move, stay at your job. Don't move, stay at your job. So I did what I was supposed to do. And it was wild, as many people would tell me, you're not meant for corporate America, blah, blah, blah. Even people in my job were like, yo, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. The way you just shifted my whole energy. I don't know what you do outside of work, but you supposed to be doing that, not this. Months. And when it happened and I got laid off, it was after my 10 years and they gave me severance. It wasn't like, forever severance, but I did get some severance to help support me. To help support me in that time. So it doesn't have to be hard. Like, it doesn't have to be. Like, if you just acknowledge that you see the signs and you're paying attention. See, we don't realize we get a tower moment after we've ignored the signs. And if you don't have a relationship with your spiritual team that will tell you the signs and the message. Yes, mine was, yeah, yeah. I can do a whole thing about what that felt like. It was like a tight squeeze and I couldn't breathe. And I was just like, okay, but I'd listen, like, it's not time yet. It's not time yet. And the day of, I got 3 tarot cards with 10s on it. And I'm like, what the freak is about to end today? Because 10 is endings and beginnings. What is about to end today? Something's going on today. And that was the day they told me. We have to say we want that ease and be open to have it that way. Say that we want that ease and have it that way. The other thing that comes up in this Odu, beyond just the support of our ancestors and our Ori, like I talked about Shango, because Shango, hi, came up in the, like, really strong. Like, Shango is the one that's helping us with victory this year. Shango is the one that is helping us overcome our enemies, because, and understand, an enemy is not always somebody sitting over a candle whispering your name trying to wish you ill will. Sometimes that enemy is you. Sometimes the enemy is you speaking ill over yourself. Oh my God, I'm so broke. Oh my God, I'm poor. You the one hexing yourself. Respectfully, you're the one hexing yourself. 9 times out of 10, it's you. It's not somebody else. 9 times out of 10, it is you and not somebody else. And Shango is going to come through and be like, yo, stop it. Stop doing that to yourself. Stop doing it to yourself. And if it is somebody else, he gonna deal with them too. He's gonna deal with them too. Because what will happen sometimes is, as we grow and we become more successful and we're attracting all that abundance, of course, there's going to be somebody who's giving you the side eye, like, why does so-and-so have that? Why are they with this one? You see it, you've seen it all the time. You'll see somebody that you don't feel is attractive with someone you do feel is attractive, and wonder why that person you feel like is unattractive was able to get that attractive person and you don't have them. Enemy energy. And Shango's not trying to have it this year. Shango's not trying to have it. That's not what we're gonna do. That's not what we're gonna do. So the summer solstice is also going to be illuminating those things. Why? Because what else is happening with the summer solstice? Saturn is going retrograde. You know how Saturn do. Saturn's going retrograde tension. It's going to be tension. Pluto just went retrograde back into Capricorn. So whatever lessons you didn't learn in Capricorn while it was there before, you're getting an opportunity to address those things and move them out of the way so that you can have light in that area. Moving them out of the way so that you can have light in that area. Understand that the energies are meant for you to flow with the current. If you feel stressed and tight, you might be trying to swim against the current. You might be trying to swim against the current. The creator of all didn't just start the planets moving around because she thought that joint was cool. She was like sitting there. She's like, yo, y'all see them big balls up there? I'm finna make them move around. And that's gonna look awesome. What? That's gonna look really, really cool. And I don't have any other reason to do it other than it's going to look cool. Okay, whatever. Okay. I just feel like she got more to do with her time than that. So if you feel like tension, then maybe take a look to see where she moved them for you and where she's trying to get you to grow and where she's trying to get you to release, where she's trying to get you to transform, where she's trying to get you to have a rebirth. Where is she trying to draw the abundance and you have stuff in the way and she just wants you to move it so that you can be expanded a bit more in that area of your life? So, like I said, I have to pick up my child and I was going to keep this short. If you go to YouTube, probably in about an hour or so, if you didn't catch it from the beginning, you can get the beginning part. But I am going to leave you with an inspired action today. It is the summer solstice. For me here personally, I invited some folks over so that we can see how we can celebrate the sun. Celebrate the sun today. If it's a sunny, even if it's not a sunny day, go outside. Go outside and stand there. If it's not dark, the sun's out. It might be cloudy, but the sun is out. Go stand in the sun today. Let yourself be illuminated by the sun. Write a letter. What do you want to have illuminated in your life today? Where do you want to shine today? How can you be more celestial today? Do something that puts you in a space of creativity. The sun is all about creativity. So, what can you create today? Even if it's just food, make your cook today. Even if it's just food, cook. When the energy of creation is this was not here before, and now it is. So, cook something. You don't have to be an artiste. Cook something that is creation. Tell a story. Tell a new story off the dome. That is creation. Speak what you want from your heart space. The sun rules our solar plexus and Leo rules our heart. Speak from your heart space with courage and conviction what you want in your life. And don't play it small. Like, don't ask for a thimble of water from the ocean. What do you want? What do you want? Ask how you can flow in the eye of the storm if you have a storm in your life. That's Osat, it's Oya. So if you feel like there's storms in your life and you're being tossed by the winds, ask how you can stand in the eye of the storm with her and have a little bit more control over what's going on in the storm of your life. Ask how you can stand in the eye of the storm as opposed to being swept up by the winds. What ancestral talent can you embody today? If you have an ancestral veneration practice, good morning, Awo Oburoboye. If you have an ancestral gift that you know of, how can you tap into that today? Talk to someone who knows about your ancestors. Like, yo, what did they do well? What did they do well? And when you figure out what they did well, see if you like, you know what? I think I do a resemblance of that. Like my mom's mom used to make, alcoholic beverage in the house. And I bartend. See how your ancestors' gift emanates through you. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. It may manifest in a different way, but it is absolutely there for you to tap into. Think about what you did well as a kid, because the sun also represents our inner child. What did you do well as a child? Do something kid-like. Go to the park. I am a strong advocate for my students to go swing on a swing. Why? Because when you swing on a swing, what happens to that belly drop? What is the first thing you want to do when you get that belly drop? Put your feet down and stop. Nah, man, I'm going to need you to let that belly drop over and over again today. Go swing on a swing. Go color. Draw a picture. Draw Bart Simpson. There was a bunch of us, if you're my age range, we all learned how to draw Bart Simpson. Draw Bart Simpson. Make a cootie catcher. Tap into your inner child today. Your inspired action is to body the sun. That is your inspired action today, is to body the sun. Be jovial. Rejoice in the sun. Be the sunshine in somebody's life. You know what I love? And I like doing this to everybody, but I love doing it to my people. I love catching a sister or a brother off guard. Like, walk by, hey, beautiful, the way she lights up, because it'd be so unexpected. So unexpected. Just cheesing. Sunday, I was randomly telling brothers, happy Father's Day. The way they smiled, oh, it's so beautiful. Be the sun in somebody's day today. Go be the sunshine in somebody's day today. That is your inspired action. Be the sun for yourself. Be the sun for somebody else. If you didn't catch it from the beginning, like I said, go to my YouTube channel. It is Nia, Niyaah, Shalom, just like in my profile. If you go to the link tree, my YouTube channel is linked in there. I am doing recorded readings this week. I'm trying to catch up from Monday. Ato Cezanne. Look, it's weird to see you on YouTube. It's really weird to see you on the tube of you. It's so weird to see you over there. It's so odd. Just look, it doesn't look, it's not right. You have to come back to TikTok. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just playing. So do that, shine, and Shay, I'm so happy you were able to pop in. I wish you had been at the beginning, but I'm happy that you were able to pop in. That makes me feel good. I did so good today. And it's 11:29, which is 11:11 for me. So I've gotten 11:11 twice for myself. Um, if those of you, I am doing a collective candle for the summer solstice. So if you are interested, it's only $21 to be included. You can send me your name and your intentions, and I will do that for you. Inbox me, and I'll give you my Cash App or whatever you want to, how you do that. Or you can go to my site. It's actually under my services on my site for energy work, and you can actually do that there. Thank y'all so much for the glitter badges and the roses. And yo, 2K likes. And like, I wasn't even on an hour. This is so wild to me. Like, thank you for the roses. Oh man, y'all are just so sweet. And this is also the most people. I can't tell. I know Cezanne is on YouTube, but I think La is on Facebook. So there's a third person who I have no idea whether they're Facebook or YouTube. But Apo Shishe, I don't know where the third person is, but that's also the most people I've had not on TikTok. That's the most viewers I've had not on TikTok. And this is the most likes I've had in the shortest amount of time on TikTok. So I just want to give gratitude to E5 for encouraging me to give y'all this message today, and the ancestors and Orisha for supporting me in doing so. Like I said, I may pop on again later because this one was super duper short, but I wanted to make sure I got it done this morning because somebody needed it. Somebody needed that nourishment, a little spiritual breakfast this morning. But I hope that y'all have a beautiful day. I'm going to go acquire my small human from his current location. Oh, hey, Sugar Plum. Oh, you're on here. Oh, yay. Okay, now look, I have no idea how to look. Look, I'm really appreciative of all of y'all support today, like in every day, like real talk. Y'all taking the time to pop on and just listen to what I have to say or what I want to teach. It really means a lot. And just as a final thought, and then I'm really going to go. Every other Saturday, so not this Saturday coming, but next Saturday, I do a Soulful Sacred Saturday with Orisha. This is my spiritual vitamin, spiritual weekend where you get to experience Orisha with me in the way that I experience Orisha. So it is a service. I do divination. I do Oriki. I talk about Orisha and just teach from the way that it comes through me. So if you are interested, it's a donation-based event. The minimum donation is just $11, but you can come and sit in fellowship with me and everybody else and get some learning in. But I'm gonna go now because, yeah, I don't want to have to drive like a New Yorker. So I'm gonna go so I can get there on time. Y'all take care. Bye.